On the latest episode of Real Time with Bill Maher, he gave his take on the difference between Republicans and Democrats. Take a look.
Politics in this country is binary. You have to wear everything anyone on your side does. Republicans are the party of don't wear masks, kids in cages, lock her up, and Democrats are the party of every hypersensitive social justice warrior woke story in the news.
I think she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want
Whoopi attacks me on a regular basis. She says stupid shit on a regular basis. They just happen to coincide. But can I just say this? I had on...
Joy Behar was completely shut down, and the internet erupted. Social media lit up with reactions, with many viewers praising Maher for delivering what they saw as a long overdue reality check. But what did Behar say to push Maher to that point? And how did their exchange escalate into such a heated showdown? We've got all the drama, the quotes, and the sharp back and forth that made this clash so memorable. Buckle up. You won't want to miss it. But before we get to Maher's now infamous response, let's rewind and look at Behar's comments, which many are calling completely absurd.
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though. It's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous... Okay.
Since you've probably already seen the full clip, we won't replay it here. As usual, the host leaned on the same tired talking points. In this moment, Joy Behar took a sharp swipe at Caroline Leavitt's intelligence, claiming she was chosen as press secretary for one reason only: her looks, even reducing it to a dress size. In Behar's view, value apparently boiled down to appearance. The irony was striking. After decades of delivering questionable takes on television, few questioned Behar's own qualifications. Even when co-host Alyssa stepped in to highlight Leavitt's experience and credentials, Behar dismissed her points.
But isn't it interesting that it's called, I don't think they meant this when Barbara Walters invented it a long time ago, but it's The View.
Well,
that's the problem in America. There is one view,
right, and
one
that's clearly
true opinion, and everybody else.
It's hard not to respect Bill Maher. He speaks plainly and doesn't hesitate to call out flawed thinking when he sees it. Even the name says it all. The View, not views. There's little room for real perspective. Anything outside the approved narrative doesn't count. No logic, no debate, barely worth acknowledging. Leading the charge to silence dissent is, unsurprisingly, Joy Behar.
In this country is binary. You have to wear everything anyone on your side does. Republicans are the party of don't wear masks, kids in cages, lock her up, and Democrats are the party of every hypersensitive social justice warrior woke story in the news. They're the party that disappears people or tries to make them apologize for ridiculous.
Bill Maher wasn't just calling out Joy Behar. He was calling out the Democratic Party as a whole, and he had a point. If Caroline Leavitt had been chosen by Democrats, Behar would likely be applauding her intelligence, poise, and brilliance, perhaps even hailing her as the future of America. But because the pick came from the other side, the conversation suddenly collapsed to dress sizes, a level of commentary that perfectly reflects the kind of thinking we've come to expect from The View.
Is she really a 10? We'll be right back.
No, Jesse was a 7.
Joy Behar calls her a 10. I mean, how dare she objectify a woman with a sexist rating system? But it's such a typical thing from a 1.5.
Gutfeld's takedown was sharp and unflinching. Joy Behar didn't just critique Caroline Leavitt, she reduced her to her appearance, sending the message that women can't succeed on their own unless they align with certain politics. Had the same comment been aimed at a woman on the left, Behar would have instantly decried sexism and called for cancellations. Instead, that standard disappears whenever it suits her. Meanwhile, Leavitt continues to demonstrate her competence at the White House, confidently managing press briefings, while Behar resorts to petty jabs. As Gutfeld quipped,
Empowering feminist Joy herself, everyone. And this is why, of course, she's on The View and not working for the most powerful man in the world, because Caroline would wipe the floor with you bitter banshees.
Recent reporting confirmed what many already suspected. Joy Behar seems to be simmering with jealousy. Caroline Leavitt now works for the most powerful president in the world, while Behar is still shouting over laughing co-hosts on a daytime talk show. Yet Behar dismisses Leavitt as inexperienced, completely ignoring that intelligence, skill, and competence matter far more than age. All qualities Leavitt clearly possesses, and perhaps what frustrates Behar the most. If Leavitt were younger and politically aligned with her, Behar would likely hail her as a trailblazer. But because Leavitt thinks independently, she's reduced to her appearance. Some of that bitterness may stem from Behar never landing a role anywhere near the White House. In the same breath, Behar has also labeled criticism of Kamala Harris's shrill laughter as sexism, highlighting just how stretched the narrative has become.
What's me off about him, though, is this laughing Kamala remark. It's such a sexist remark, because a guy I was with over the weekend, a friend of mine, they said Kamala's laugh annoys me. Remember they said that about Hillary's laugh, that she was cackling. And men, they don't like a funny woman. We're afraid if you laugh or you make a joke, that maybe you'll do that when they're in bed with you. It's like this fear.
So don't be surprised. In America, the women on The View are known for some of the most outlandish opinions on television. It's practically their brand at this point. Often these claims come with little to no evidence. Take, for example, the idea that disliking the way a woman laughs somehow means you're afraid of women. How does Joy Behar even make that leap? There's nothing logical or scientific about it. It reads more like a jumble of buzzwords tossed together, hoping no one pushes back. That's why Ben Shapiro's criticism of her for making such absurd claims is completely understandable.
Cackling, it's because you fear her in the boudoir?
Huh?
That's a theory there, Joy. I feel like, given her personal history, Willie Brown and all, that's probably not what people are thinking about Kamala Harris when they are thinking about that type of activity, but sure.
Ben Shapiro made the obvious point. People simply don't like Kamala Harris's loud laugh. Dislike a laugh, you're a misogynist. Question a policy, you're prejudiced. Prefer black coffee, somehow you're a white supremacist. Every trivial complaint gets inflated into a label, all to shut down debate and advance an agenda. In doing so, they end up revealing just how fragile their arguments really are.
We have information there. He beat Kamala Harris by 1.6%. Joe Biden beat Trump by 4.5%, and nobody said it was a mandate. So get that out of your lips, out of your mouth. These people were saying it's a mandate. It's not a mandate.
Joy Behar, once again, is very confused. The reason that Trump is said to have a mandate here is not because he won the election by 1.6%. He didn't win the election by 1.6%. He won the election in a landslide. He got 312 electoral votes. Electoral votes is what determines who wins the presidential election. He only needed 270 to win, and he got 312. Totally destroyed Kamala Harris. That number, the 1.6 or 1.8% that she's referencing, is the popular vote. Trump also won the popular vote. First time a Republican's done that in 20 years.
Huge.
Democrats have an advantage in the popular vote because Republicans generally don't campaign in the big Democrat states, New York and California, because the Democrats are going to win it anyway.
Joy Behar showcases her ignorance while Michael Knowles methodically dismantles her arguments, point by point. The election ended over 3 months ago, yet Behar and many Democrats seem trapped in the 5 stages of grief, stuck in denial. At this point, they'd rather rewrite history than confront reality.
On Friday.
What was your reaction? Well, my reaction was I was at Costco buying, 10 boxes of Keurig coffee, and my watch started to buzz, and I got so excited I started leaking a little bit.
Just when you didn't think you could be more upset, you have to picture Joy Behar's vagina. I'm sorry.
Leaking at a Costco.
I don't want it. I didn't want any of the events that happened late last week. What's going on? Why? There's such a thing as TMI. There really is. It was inappropriate. She's inappropriate. It was disgusting. And no one wants to be thinking about that. But on the larger point, that's how rabid they are. It literally caused her to pee her pants. She was so excited to see Donald Trump convicted, like a 3-year-old seeing Goofy at...
Honestly, Megyn Kelly's recent takedown of Joy Behar was nothing short of brilliant. Behar reportedly got so flustered after hearing about the conviction that she had an accident in a Costco. Yes, you read that correctly. The self-proclaimed intellectual of The View literally lost control in the frozen food aisle, like an overexcited puppy.
Okay, Joy is okay, but it was a scary moment at first when she missed her mark trying to sit down and her...
That wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed our no-nonsense, sharp commentary, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss future content. We break down the moments that matter, call out hypocrisy, and deliver the insights others won't. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video with even more of the stories everyone's talking about, but few have the courage to call out.